Yo, 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 what is going on, everyone? How the heck are we all doing today? Hold on, let me pull this up. What up? Oh, well, first of all, thank you to our sponsor, the stream GamerSups. Let me take this off. How are we doing, guys? Hope everyone's doing well today. Hope everyone is enjoying their Sunday morning. It is June 1st, 2025, 11:39 a.m. I'm a little late, but that's okay. Nothing new here today. Nothing new. Hope you guys are all doing well and absolutely killing every single game and just every single thing that you guys are doing in your lives. You know what? I'm happy for you if you are, and if you're not, just know I'm in your corner. I'm sending you that spirit bomb energy. Things will turn around immediately. Now that I've willed it. I'm just kidding. All right, let us go, guys. Let's start the average poll. Are we reading Kagurabachi or Sakamoto Days first? Did I see the jaded community post regarding me and Gambler? No, I did not. What the hell? I haven't heard anything about that. What was it? Was it something I should look at, or? Search it, please. All right, well, if that's what we have to do. Bro, did you go bald? No offense. No, I did not go bald. I just cut my hair. Haircut. That's how that shit works. Why? Why? Who wins, restless gambler or no operator? Why? I think they asked that because you got that Saitama head. Damn. Who doesn't have Kashimo top 3? Because I know Gambler does. Let's see. Am I losing? Am I getting cooked? I am getting cooked. Damn. That's crazy. 18%, 82%. Wow. Damn, dude. That's rough. Anyway. I started reading Free Rin and Beyond Journey Ends, and I think my favorite part I have got to is the Golden Land arc. You would be right in thinking that that is probably the best arc in Free Rin so far. Honestly. Zolitaire is my girl. That's one of my favorite characters in the entire manga. Which one would I prefer to read first? Honestly, I don't know. Right now, Kagurabachi, I think, is in a more exciting spot with the Kamunabi invasion. But Sakamoto Days is also just as exciting, seeing what's going on with Uzuki and everything like that. Mocked is such a cold fit. He does look pretty cool. Any thoughts about Ichi the Witch or an Odor of the Flame if you started reading them? So I did read Odor of the Flame. I read the first 3 chapters, and I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm not like completely like, oh wow, this is peak, but I'm also not completely like, this is kind of boring. You know what I mean? I liked Hunter's Guild Red Hood, Yuki Kawaguchi's first manga. I actually have all 3 volumes on my shelf back there. So I definitely enjoy it. As far as it goes, we'll just have to wait and see. I haven't read the 4th chapter yet, but maybe we can read it on stream. We'll see. I haven't read Ichi the Witch yet. I'm waiting to see what happens with Ichi the Witch, although it seems like it's doing pretty well compared to most other manga that are going through. You know, it's got over 100K viewers. So sometimes that matters, sometimes that doesn't. Older the Flame's got 200k. Sakamoto's got 300k. So not too bad, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, if you think about it. Almost just about as much as Kagurabachi does, but that doesn't always mean anything. Haven't read Akane Banashi. I don't know if it's really my series. It might be. I might just be, you know, not tuned into peak. Watching old Studio Ghibli films. See, like, I haven't seen Studio Ghibli in a long time. I need to go on, like, a rewatch spree. But I really, really always enjoyed Spirited Away. I loved that since I was a kid. That's probably, like, the easy answer, the easy Western American answer. But where do I read manga? Either from the Shonen Jump app or from the Viz Media app. I've seen a lot of the Studio Ghibli movies, but there's also some that I've missed out on. I haven't seen every single one, right? I have seen that. I've seen, like, Ponyo, I think. I've seen My Neighbor Totoro. No, I don't think I've seen Ponyo, actually. I don't think I've ever seen Ponyo. Princess Mononoke, stuff like that. I am definitely ready for the Dandadan chapter tomorrow. What up, Just Ruse? Recovering from your typhoid. And yeah, Viz Media Shonen Jump does cost money. Speaking of Ichi the Witch, you should read Ichi the Killer. Is that like Jeff the Killer but manga style? Which manga in the modern era do you think has the best art style? Right now, honestly, Dandadan puts out some pretty killer artwork. One Punch Man puts out some really killer artwork, even though I don't read One Punch Man. I have seen pages from that, and it looks beautiful. But I might be missing some things that just aren't popping in my head. But yeah, Dandadan definitely is crazy for just being a weekly series. Sakamoto Days does have amazing art as well. Again, but I don't read enough of these weekly series to tell you what has the best modern art, you know? I'm sure there's a series that I'm just not thinking of that has even better art. Kaiju number 8's got really good art. I really, really love Kaiju number 8. Blue Lock has amazing artwork. That's a really good point. I didn't even think about that. Older of the Flame, Yuki Kawaguchi has been surprising me with his level of artwork in the recent couple of chapters of Odor of the Flame. Heard the other day you were trying to check out Devilman Crybaby. Series is not for the faint of heart. It's good to know. I mean, I've survived things like Elfen Lied and shit like that, you know? It's, I'm not afraid to get down and dirty. We think Sakamoto Days has the better chapter. Well, it looks like Kagurabachi's winning the poll right now. We do have mods, yes. We do have mods for sure. I don't think any of them are present right now, unless they're lurking, which sometimes they do always just be lurking. So we keep that in mind. Don't act up. Don't let me catch you acting up. So we'll give it another minute, but it looks like out of 34 votes, we've got Kagurabachi 68%, Sakamoto Days 32%, 35 votes, and only 11 likes on the stream. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you can vote on the poll, you can hit the like button. We're going to read Kagurabachi first. We're going to read Kagurabachi first. That won the poll. As always, without a doubt, if you are not clued into where Kagurabachi is in this direct moment, then this is your one and only warning. We will be going through Kagurabachi spoilers. We are Kagurabachian. Yeah, indeed. So, if you don't want to be spoiled on Kagurabachi, now is your chance to dip out. You have a chance to leave without getting, you know, spoiled. However, if you have courage and you don't care about spoilers, definitely feel free to stick around. But we're going to get into Kagurabachi, so this is your last and only chance. Nishio, I appreciate you stopping in, but we will be doing Sakamoto Days later if you definitely want to catch out Sakamoto Days. That's the only cruddy thing about doing these double read streams is, you know, unfortunately, we don't want to spoil people. But then definitely come back. Definitely feel free to come back, and we will be doing Sakamoto Days. Thank you for stopping by in general. I just know that I appreciate it. I will be putting Yujiro Hanma on the list for this for the villain wheel for Sukuna for sure. And we have entered Kagurabachi territory. So last chapter we found out plenty of the Kamunabi agents have been enlisted by the Hoshaku as traitors. But not just because they want to betray their country. It is, by the way, it's pronounced Nito. Good to know. Okay, I apologize. It's because the Hoshaku are quite literally holding everyone of their families hostage and they have no choice. So we have seen Kamunabi headquarters go from 0 to 100 very quickly. Not only are Hoshaku members there fighting Azami and the strongest higher ups that the Kamunabi has, but now even the lower fodder NPCs are able to explode into a bunch of trees and even kill higher ups. We lost Mr. Kudo, which stinks. But maybe we can turn things around, or knowing Yora and John Hatshaku, they probably have plenty of other tricks up their sleeve, and I'm scared to find that out. We in for a good one? I love hearing that. I'm never gonna complain. All right, y'all. Again, this is your last warning before we go into Kagurabachi time. Enough time has passed. All right. What's going on? Again, support the official release. If you want to read along, please go support the official release on Viz Media, Shonen Jump app, Manga Plus. Do the best you can. The authors put in plenty of hard work, so please, this is not a market substitute. This is strictly for reaction and review and commentary purposes. That's why I have Somura's Blind Owl over the pages. If you want to actually see the pages, go support the official release and you can read along. But let's get into chapter 81, Core. What's going on? A worker's body suddenly exploded. Master Izaru, we're currently investigating the cause. What about the Shinichi? It's safe for now. So the Hoshaku are trying to destroy us from within, huh? Hopefully that was all of them. Something tells me that was not all of them. That wasn't even close to all of them, I imagine. That's why it wasn't getting bigger. I had it on horizontal. Haha. Anyway, there are 4 things the Kamunabi has to protect, even if it cost us our lives. The Force Field's core, the Shinichi, the Swordmaster, and... Oh, left on a cliffhanger. There's no telling who's an enemy, but it's okay. I'm a core fighter. I'm a core fighter. I'm a core fighter. He's literally just repeating it to himself. What a goat. He's doing his best out here. He's really trying. He's really trying. The Shinichi. Is it this way? Huh? Hakori Sazanami. I'm the troop leader who reports directly to Kudo. My name's Kashima. Mr. Kudo went to find you. He's not with you? Hakori's like, oh no. What's wrong? He's also on fucking high alert because you can't trust anyone. You literally can't trust anyone in this situation. Anyone could be an op, so I don't even blame him. Attention, everyone! Approximately 4 minutes ago, pine trees sprouted from the bodies of 4 employees that attacked the vicinity. Some of you may have witnessed these attacks. What was that rumbling just now? Don't tell me. Mr. Kubo protected me, and I've investigated the corpses. It appears a Hoshaku sorcerer planted seeds in their bodies. The seeds activate when a carrier dies. That kind of sorcery couldn't have escaped their notice. Why would they allow it? The Hoshaku must have blackmailed them somehow. For some reason, they agreed to become the Hoshaku's end-life bombers. And there are more bombs yet to detonate. I've scanned the premises for additional seeds, and I'm picking up close to 50. Damn, there are 500 workers here. That's 10% of their fucking workforce. That means 1 in 10 are... Yep, and there's almost 10 people right here, right now. I'm zeroing in on their exact locations. Everyone spread out, nobody move. Well, how is everyone able to spread out if they can't move? Oh, except for Hikori Sazanami. I see. He works fast. Digital or physical? I buy physical copies, but I do prefer digital myself. Spread out. If anyone makes any suspicious moves, I'll break their limbs. I won't let anyone near you. The Shinichi's that way. Go. Yes, sir. Hikori, it's too dangerous. I'll come with you. Oh, he's alive. Damn, I thought he was fucking dead. Nah, this is, I don't trust it. I don't trust it one fucking bit. Cap. Mr. Kudo, you're alive. I got lucky. Halt. Huh? Kashima. Mr. Kudo, I'm glad you're all right, but you heard the broadcast, didn't you? Yes, but it's too dangerous for him to go alone. Everything's riding on him. Precisely. No exceptions. Keep your distance. Yeah, but Mr. Kudo risked his life to save me back there. Mr. Kudo risked his life to save me back there. No exceptions. Now hurry. Kashima, it's me. I said halt. Damn, you can't fucking trust anyone. But honestly, I'm on the side of the guy that he's like, nah, bro. As a higher up, you should be following the rules. Absolutely not. Yeah, nah, this is... What do we think, guys? What do we think? Is this an op or is this really him? I think he got cooked in that tree explosion. I don't think he survived that. That doesn't even make sense. How did you survive? I got lucky. Bullshit. Nah. You didn't get lucky. My ass. Oh. The distraction. Damn, and there goes their heads. The Quentin Tarantino influence is prevalent in this manga. Oof, there go their heads. Damn, and he took the fucking blow for Hikori. Yep, and then and one of them was an op the whole time. Iso! Enough to destroy the whole fucking barrier. Let's go. Yep. Ops. The whole fucking time. Fucking sussy-wussy. You can't trust fucking anybody. Is that a girl? 110%. Looks like the mermaid girl from Black Clover. Whoops. Time's up. Yeah, it was just my transformation sorcery. Mr. Kudo died protecting you. Pointlessly, really. That's the last of Kudo's troop. The quota's been met, and the Western Underground Sector's main force has been neutralized. Got it. Go ahead and kill Hikori Sazanami. Quota? What? Run! Don't trust anyone! It's relentless. The casualties are mounting. Something's strange. It's not just the pine tree victims. There are 2 types. Huh? I'm talking about the enemies here. The first have seeds planted in their bodies. I imagine their families are being held hostage, but to get intel on 50 staff members' families, you'd have to work here. In other words, there's another group of traitors, people who have leaked information to the Hishaku. If they have a plan to take advantage of this chaos, it's over. We have no idea who our enemies are. The enemy knows exactly who our key forces are as well as our locations. There's no way we can stop them. Shut up and pull yourself together. Identify anyone not following orders, and the troops as well. The pines are jamming our circuits. One moment. This dude's fired. Damn, he said, dude, this guy is fumbling when it matters most. He goes, as soon as this is over, you're cooked, bro. Kill Bill is a great movie. We'll know who the enemies are momentarily. Actually, when we get through this ambush, it's the perfect opportunity to clear them out. Yeah, after all of our other forces have been destroyed, we can easily weed out the people that are left alive. They all died to protect me. I can't rely on anyone. I'm alone. I have to fight. But you've lost a little bit of both abilities, ESO and Storehouse. My sorcery's limited. Nah. Holy moly. Let's fucking go, my boy. No way. Fucking Iruha, bro. Don't trust anyone. Right. Some of them have transformation abilities. There's no way of knowing who's who. Hakori! Centipede! EI White Purity style! Damn. He fucking blocked that shit big time. Let's fucking go, baby. Hype. I'm sorry it took me so long. Mr. Ruha? How? I'll explain later. Come with me. Okay, let's fucking go, baby. No fucking way. I love that. Some people are worried this ruins Somura's character. Absolutely not. If he did it with Chihiro, he obviously did it with our boy. Makes perfect sense to me. I'm not mad about it at all. Fire, dude. Seeing fucking Aruha show up down in that fucking headquarters. Listen, so it makes so much sense that Somura would have a backup plan, bro. That Somura would have a fucking backup plan, without a doubt. I'm just glad we saw the heal ability first. Yeah, it makes super sense to see the Somura's side of things and see his heal ability. And yep, exactly. It makes sense Somura would do this. I just think it kind of undermines his motivation. Absolutely not. I mean, it makes sense, right? Somura trusts in his allies that he fought in the Seitei War with. For more than anything, he trusts his allies and the warriors and the people that he fought alongside with on that fucking battlefield. This honestly, it shows that Somura isn't as dark as a lot of people thought, right? Somura on the outside looking in as completely to the Hishaku, Somura has given up everything, right? He put the same veil and he tricked us the exact same way. Somura tricked us completely, making us think that he had the fucking resolve to kill all of these motherfuckers that he loved and cared for, when in reality he knew from the get-go that okay, I'm going to make myself the traitor and appear as the traitor completely, but actually what I'm doing is I'm going to make the Hishaku think that I'm on their side, when in reality I'm separating all of my enchanted blade wielder allies from their eternal contracts, and then we can kill the Shinichi. Somura is playing 4D chess. I really thought Somura was the main villain of the arc. Yeah, well, I mean, that was the plot twist all along, right? Somura made you think he was the main villain, and while it would have been cool to see Somura walk down that dark path, it also makes Somura come off as so much more of a fucking valiant, noble fucking warrior, right? Like, it was all a ploy. He had the perfect ability that would allow him to do this. He is realistically the only person that can do this. Somura was the only person with the abilities that would be able to fucking remove the eternal contracts from his friends. He really is an antagonist at this point. Absolutely. Had to pity Sukuna on Phantom Parade, but man, he was worth it. Have a beautiful Sunday. Hey, Jinken, happy. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm happy to hear that you had enough cubes to pity him. I do not have enough cubes to pity Sukuna. So, but I'm doing my best to hopefully hit it. Hopefully hit it at some point before the event is over. Samurai just needs to get rid of his own contract. Yeah, that's going to be the toughest part. But honestly, if he sees himself as the only one that has to die, that is also perfectly in character with Samura. I love this. I mean, it was always theorized, and especially knowing that he was able to keep Chihiro alive, we got the full explanation to how Samura was able to do this. Now Iruha's alive. The only issue is this could completely fuck Samura's chances of appearing as the traitor. He wasn't able to complete his mission. So I'm interested to see where the story goes from here too, right? I'm so interested to see where the story goes from here. What does Somura have to do with the chapter? Well, I mean, Iruha is only alive because Somura was able to separate him from his eternal contract. Somura literally has his hands in every aspect of this story. It's kind of crazy. What an integral fucking character to everything. Somura really is the fucking GOAT. He really is the GOAT. The number one. Do I think Somura will die? I mean, honestly, who knows at this point? A lot of people really do think Iori could become the Tobimune wielder in Somura's place, and this might be his final, you know, severance from the story. But yeah, this is, I'm super fucking pumped. I love that this story keeps going in different directions. The death flags of Samura are big to me. Yeah, exactly. Guys, if you enjoyed this chapter of Kagurabachi, hit that like button. Let's see let's see it for Hokazono here. Let's see some likes in chat for Hokazono. Let's see some W's. I am gonna definitely get into the review portion of the chapter, because obviously that's what we're doing at this point. We're just going over and summarizing everything that happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the review portion and talk about this. And as always, I may miss a couple of chats. I may miss any donos that come in, so I do apologize. But I will get to everything as soon as I am back. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go through the story, summarize the chapter, and give my full entire thoughts on everything that happened, because this was honestly super sick. So not only does this chapter show how far in advance the Hashaku have been planning everything, Yora and John Hatshaku's 4D chess playing has been going on for the last 3 to even longer years. It had to have, because not only were Yora and John Hatshaku able to disseminate all of that propaganda, all of those pamphlets that turned the country against Samura and the Enchanted Blade Wielders, presumably just by what happens in this series alone, you can tell that it is going even deeper than that. They have not only just infiltrated the Kamunabi and shown that they're able to take people's families hostage and throw everything against what they believe, making people that have dedicated their entire lives to their country go against those values simply because their families are at stake. We saw the character last chapter literally got put in a situation where he loves his country, but he loves his daughter and his family more. And that was enough to have him risk and sacrifice himself for the turning point of what could be the end of his country as he knows it. And we see again with the higher ups of the and then we see again with the higher ups of the Kamunabi mentioning that at this point, even with them being able to track every single seed and every single trap spell that has been planted in the 50 out of 500, 1 out of 10% of the forces are basically Harakiri bombers. But on top of that, you also have people that have defected from the Kamunabi simply because they align themselves with the Hoshaku's values and beliefs. We already know that even back as far as when Kunashige Rokuhira was killed, there were people in the Kamunabi higher ups that did not agree with keeping Kunashige safe. They did not agree with the way that the enchanted blades were being handled. So we know from early on that there is even potential that people as far as the top of the Kamunabi have disseminated information and even planted people in these elite groups to enact this great plan. Sure, Samura Seiichi, someone who's a complete wild card after this chapter because the Kamunabi were not able to plot any contingency plans for Samura, while the Hoshaku were. That's why the Hoshaku were able to get so much up on the Kamunabi in this invasion. They had the planted sorcerers, they had the Harakiri bombers, and they had Samura to rustle up their senses, have Samura fight and keep everything in the Bloodshed Hotel with Chihiro and all the young Hoshaku members. Meanwhile, while everyone's worried about Samura and the enchanted blade wielders potentially dying because he plans to kill them, quote unquote, they are free to just rupture the Kamunabi in every way, shape, and form that they possibly can. Now, I personally don't see how we're going to be able to get out of this one with the Shinichi being safe, because even though they have announced that there are traitors in their midst, the very fact that they really don't know who is a traitor and they can't trust anyone makes Hikori's mission to get down to the Shinichi and use his storehouse almost impossible on his own. Because not only do traitors have the ability to use transformation sorcery, and they are also skilled enough to take down entire squads of Kamunabi warriors, Hikori is a core fighter. Sure, he's got strong sorcery, he's got strong talents, and even last chapter we saw he can handle basic Kamunabi officers. But people that are above normal sorcery level, especially 2 of them at once, and again, any other people that decide to defect and run across Hikori in his way down to the Shinichi are gonna cause a problem. However, thankfully, Hikori is not alone. Thankfully, because I don't know how Hikori was going to go through and handle this situation on his own. Oruha, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the character that everyone has been waiting for to reappear, because after learning how Suzaku, one of Tobimune's skills that Samura is able to use, works, and now having complete context to how he was able to quote-unquote kill Chihiro, sever his connection to Enten, and then still leave him alive to recover afterwards with no wounds, we now know that that is what Samura has been planning to do with every single enchanted blade wielder, because Oruha is right here before us. And I also love how Hokazono did this little transformation sorcery trick to Hikori right before showing Oruha, because it puts this doubt in our brains. When we see Oruha running down this hallway to help Hikori, even Hikori himself is like, I can't trust it. This definitely cannot be him. This is another enemy. However, defying all logic, Oruha does EI White Purity style, the truest and only way that he could have proved it was him. Because again, we know there's only like 4 or 5 people that have actually been able to master this style of swordsmanship. Even if someone was to transform into Oruha, they would not be able to recreate this ability. And while Aruha showing up is a very big deal and honestly the highlight of the chapter because he saves Hikori from these people and is going to be able to fight and take Hikori down to the Shinichi as a guard, which one is also just the perfect mirror. Before, Hikori and Chihiro were protecting Aruha. Now Aruha can return the favor and protect Hikori. Again, the big deal of this chapter and the background information that is shown here is Somura, his whole character is now thrown into question. This character that we once believed was walking this dark, evil path, taking it upon himself to realize that he was the only one that would be able to bear the burden of the Seitei War and the genocide that occurred. And he would have to kill all of his enchanted blade wielders, separate them from the eternal contract to weaken the Shinichi, and then take out the Shinichi himself and the Hishaku in one big blaze of glory, all to his end and then he takes himself out. But that apparently was never the case. Aruha showing up here shows that what Somura did to Chihiro is what he planned to do to every single enchanted blade wielder that he was hunting down. While appearing as a direct traitor to everyone that he knows, he completely makes the Hishaku think that he's either on their side or at least working for them for their benefit. And on top of that, by secretly killing and then resurrecting Aruha and presumably the other enchanted blade wielders, not only is Somura separating them from the eternal contract, meaning that if the Shinichi wielder dies, when the Sword Saint crumbles and passes away, none of the original sword bearers will die with him. The eternal contract will have been severed. And two, it also means that all of these enchanted blade wielders have the potential to be helping us and fight against the Sword Saint in the end of time and go against the Hishaku. Somura was never planning on fighting this war alone. He always knew that he could count on the people he trusted, on the people that he fought alongside that war with. And I think that adds so many deeper layers to Somura's character. This PTSD-ridden person that was never able to hold any agency because of the guilt that he bore. He was never able to put his trust in anybody. You can see how he was scared to lose his daughter and he gave his daughter away to keep her safe. And instead of killing all of his allies and again bearing that burden himself and doing it in a selfish and self-destructive manner, maybe Somura did learn something from Iori. Maybe he did learn something about being able to trust others and putting your faith in others. And again, I think that throws Somura's character into so much question because he's a truly wild card of a character. But I also think that makes me worry for Somura's character because now that the secret is out, if the Hishaku are able to discover that Somura had betrayed them, I mean, knowing Yora and John Hatshaku, they might already know that he did betray them. They're already exploiting him, to create this invasion in the first place, so they are usually steps ahead of a lot of different things. But whether Yora and John Hatshaku know Somura has been doing this betraying or whatnot, with Chihiro not knowing what's going on, Somura is still looking to hold up the disguise as this traitor-like character in front of him. And Iori, having that theory that Iori could become the new wielder of Tobimune. I really don't know where this story is going to go. Is Somura going to die and not be able to complete his mission? Is Aruha being there a sign that maybe Somura already quote-unquote killed his other enchanted blade wielders and Shiba and Hiyuki are actually in the Kamunabi headquarters to help? There could be so many different possibilities. I mean, if Shiba's got teleportation, he can definitely get back and forth in plenty of different ways. So all I know is I am fully excited to go into this next chapter and whatever the heck has to do with the rest of this invasion force. Because with the higher up mentioning that there are 4 things to protect and us getting held like a cliffhanger on the last one, was it Aruha he was mentioning? Is there another secret that the Kabunabi has that the Hishaku are after? At this point, there could be anything coming in those next chapters. And if you want to be there, and reviewing it with me. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe because the YouTube algorithm loves the subscriptions, and it lets me know that you guys want to keep going through this series with me because I will be yapping about it every chapter. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, 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 peace. My headphones are falling down. All right, and that is the end of Kagurabachi. We still got Sakamoto Days left to go through, so don't go anywhere if you're excited about Sakamoto Days. We still have to read Sakamoto Days. But Kagurabachi was a great chapter. I genuinely thought that was an awesome chapter. Because it really does add so much of a character and so much of an extra arc for our boy, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Samura Seiichi. Right before I do a Samura gauntlet too. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm not complaining at all. Again, likes on the stream for Kagurabachi. W chapter. Goated yap indeed. Thank you. Do the Hishaku have potential to be the best villain group next to the League of Villains? I mean, the Hishaku definitely have good potential. Right now, we just need to see more of them. I just need to see more of the Hishaku and see how much aura they're able to farm over the course of the series, right? That's really what's most important. But yeah, no, like I said, that was an awesome Kagurabachi chapter. That was, having Iruha show up was big time for me. Big time for me. I still can't believe that actually happened. That seeing him hit that EI White Purity style pose, fucking immaculate. Absolutely amazing. What are my thoughts on Windbreaker? I haven't watched or read Windbreaker, but I do know that is a really good series that people enjoy. And I am looking for a nice delinquent story to get back into after Tokyo Revengers left a hole in my heart. So do feel like his comeback is a bit too early. His comeback is very early. But I think with the story that Hokuzono is telling, I think we're gonna get a very long ass manga. I think we're gonna have 200, 300 chapters without a doubt. The way that Hokuzono is telling this story, and the fact that we're 81 chapters in and we still haven't even met the other two enchanted blade wielders. It's better than Tokyo Revengers. Hey, that's all I needed to hear. Trust me. Would prefer Iruha coming back now than Nobara's last minute return. Very true. I mean, like I said, imagine Iruha just gets brought back 2 chapters before the end there. Need my goat Hirohiko to lock in after this arc. Yeah, honestly, he just got mentally destroyed and broken down. And I think Hirohiko is going to develop in a way that we have never seen before. He needs development. He needs to grow. He unlocked his true realm too early. He shot his load too early. He needs to go back to the drawing board and reconnect. The fact that he's crying right now, shriveling, shitting, and pissing himself over Chihiro not giving him the time of day, he needs a better mission than just wanting to match Chihiro. Hirohiko needs an actual goal, and I think after this arc, Yora's gonna give that to him. One of your streams, please read the Bugle Call Song of War. Not sure what that is, but maybe I'll give it a shot. The bar is not high if it's better than Tokyo Revengers. Yes, make me a plate. I'm starving. I need to eat dinner, or not dinner, 12:23 in the afternoon. What the fuck am I talking about? I need to eat lunch. I'm hungry as hell. Hungry as hell. And around the second chapter of Kagurabachi, we see 3 people who were responsible for Chihiro's dad's death. One of them has been introduced. How about the other 2? Yeah. We still need to see the Kunoichi looking character. Yeah, there's still plenty of other Hishaku members, you know, still plenty of other Hishaku members to learn. learn of. There's technically 7 more we need to see. Or no, not 7 more. I'm sorry. What the fuck am I talking about? There's 3. Okay, hold on. So we have Yora, John Hatshaku, Hirohiko, the one dude that was with Hirohiko that we still haven't gotten a name for, Toto, Kuguri. I feel like I'm missing someone. I feel like there's one more we haven't. I feel like there's another Hishaku member that I'm forgetting about. The Kunoichi. And the samurai guy, which if the samurai guy is a different Hishaku member, right? The samurai guy could literally just be Yora or someone wearing a mask. I wouldn't put it past him. So tentative member, right? Technically, there's still 2 other members that we haven't seen yet. I wouldn't put it past 4D chess playing Yora to be wearing a samurai mask right now. But we have to go back to a zombies fight to figure that out. Really quick, guys, just because it's in the middle of the stream, and I do gotta give some love to our sponsor of the stream, Gamer Subs. Yo, so listen, I love Gamer Subs. That's no secret. If you guys have been here for the stream for a long time, you know that I've been drinking Gamer Subs for the last like year or two. So when they asked to partner with me, I was more than happy to take that sponsor because I genuinely do love Gamer Subs. They're literally the ultimate energy and focus formula. So like most of you guys probably, I get tired right around 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and I'm looking to take a nap. And that is not the way to be productive when you own a business like myself. So you, after a long day of work, and even like, especially around like when it gets time to nighttime, 10, 11 p.m., you're finally done with work and you go to sit down and you're like, I'm gonna play a video game. You turn that fucking video game on and you're like, damn, I'm too tired to play. I'm gonna pass the fuck out. So to be honest with you, what fixes that is Gamer Subs. They're an awesome drink. They have a bunch of vitamins in them. Like, it's not even just like they're an energy drink, right? Because I'm not a big fan of energy drinks personally. Like, they make me kind of, they make me kind of sick. They make me kind of antsy. I'm not a fan. I really do not enjoy energy drinks. However, there's no sugar in this one, so you're not going to get that awful crash, which is very important. Honestly, the crash for energy drinks can sometimes be rough, so no crash because there's no sugar in it. And also you're getting a bunch of awesome vitamins as well, guys. You get all the freaking awesome vitamins and everything in it. You get a bunch of vitamin C, vitamin D3, B6, B12, vitamin H. It's all good for you. And also you got the caffeine, you got the nootropics, which is the important part because that keeps you energized, that keeps you focused on the games that you're playing. If you got to do work, it'll help you significantly. This is literally what I drink before I go on stream. That's why I got the Yapper energy. This is literally what I drink before I start writing. It helps tremendously, and again, there's no crash afterward, which is good. Also, for gamers or people that are on the computer all day, eye health, antioxidants and minerals, acai, goji berry, ginseng, all that good stuff. I genuinely really do enjoy it. They also have caffeine-free options if you're not a caffeine person, you just want the vitamins and the nootropics and the great taste. And they also have their AFK line, which has melatonin or no melatonin. So if you need help to sleep, if you're the opposite, you're up all night gaming and you can't fall asleep and you need to get up in the morning, AFK, great flavors as well. You try it, it helps you sleep. And again, they have melatonin and they also don't have melatonin if you don't want the melatonin. I've been drinking the BBLGG flavor. It's been absolutely amazing. But they also have the JoJo's Stone Ocean fruit flavor, which is absolutely an awesome collab. You got to try that. They got Blowhole Blast. Look at these. I mean, Nile Nectar, Crusaderade, Browser Brew, Grandma's Ashes, and they're all good, right? They're all really good flavors. Like BBLGG, like you're like, what the hell is BBL? You go to it and it literally tells you, this dangerously delicious mix of sweet blueberries and tangy lemonade. It is delicious. They put it together. They had a Jujutsu Kaisen flavor. I don't know if they still have it available now, but they do anime collabs all the time. You can get some copium. If you want to drink that sweet copium, if you still think Gojo is coming back, taste that copium. You can literally get 100 servings of copium. So yeah, guys, check out Gamer Subs. And I like I said, I was with them for years, and the fact that they were, you know, willing to, you know, sponsor the channel and help support the channel, it means the world to me. So thank you, Gamer Subs. We love you. I love you. Again, use my code no operator. Use my code no op. Gamersubs.gg/no-op. Click the link, use my code to get 10% off. And the coolest thing, what I'll leave you with too, here, if you've never tried Gamer Subs, oh, I'm doxing myself here, but if you've never tried Gamer Subs before and you don't know, you don't want to spend money on something that you've never tried before, you can get free samples. Now, unfortunately, you can't pick the free samples, but they do send you a bunch of their best flavors to try, and you can get a feel for how they taste and how you get with them. And again, use my code NOOP. Literally, you'll get a bunch of Gamer Subs for free. They want you to try their product because that's how confident they are in you going back to buy more. Again, if you've been here for the years, if you've been here since the early Jujutsu Kaisen streams, I drink Gamer Subs all the time. I love it. So yeah, 10% off. Use code NOOP, please. Every purchase supports the channel. And again, I don't think you'll be upset. Thank you for sponsoring Gamer Subs. Love you. Yes, try the JoJo flavor. I've heard good things about the JoJo flavor. I've heard very good things about the JoJo flavor. So yeah, gamersubs.gg/no-op, guys. Click the link and use code NOOP for 10% off. They just released their European and Australian stores. So if you are in Europe, if you're in Australia, you struggle to get certain things, they just opened those stores with no, you know, high import cost, everything like that, and it comes on time. So check that out. Even if you're not, you know, even if you're not in, you know, the West or anything like that, and you have struggling, Europe and Australia stores just opened yesterday, baby. So thank you Gamer Subs again for sponsoring. Thank you for dealing with my you know, with my ad break. We're gonna get into Sakamoto Days, everyone. We are gonna get into Sakamoto Days. So if you don't want to be spoiled on Sakamoto Days, please thank you so much for being here. Please definitely, you know, evacuate the premises if you don't want to be spoiled on Sakamoto Days. We are going to be speaking, reviewing the last chapter, catching up, and also reading and reviewing the new chapter. So this is your chance. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, hit that like button. It really helps the stream way more than you'll ever know. So please, it really makes a big difference if you hit that like button. Before we read Sakamoto Days, can you please look up volume 22? The volume 22 cover was beautiful. The volume 22 cover was indeed beautiful. Got that awesome 10Q, baby. Let me change here. Suzuki cooked as always. Suzuki cooked as always. No surprises here. Beautiful. Came out so good. He killed it. Absolutely killed it. I even like the Atari cover. I think Suzuki has been killing the game lately. Fave cover out of all of them? That's tough to say. I would have to look through all of the Sakamoto Days covers. There's a lot of really good ones. He has a lot of really good volume covers. Not to get stun locked, but this has up to 18. Gaku's got a you gotta love Gaku. And what's her name? Torimaru, the Sakamoto fangirl. I don't remember her name. She's got a really cool volume cover. Kuma no Mi, Kumanomi might be one of my favorites. Kumanomi has one of the best, honestly, in my opinion. Oh, hold on. Let me move the gamer subs. Yeah, honestly, I think Kumanomi might have one of the best ones, but Tenkyu comes in really close. Atari's got a really good one. What's 19 and 20? Oh, 19 is Takamura. Oof. And what's 20? Damn, they should have gave Shin that cover. I can't believe they didn't give my boy Shin this cover. Unless Shin gets a different cover, like he's getting the cover that spans over the chapters we're at right now, because this is a pretty Shin heavy fucking volume cover. The fact that Shin got cucked on this cover, I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess if you look at it, Sakamoto hasn't gotten his own dedicated cover since volume 1, like skinny Sakamoto hasn't, but you know what? Shin deserves it first, in my opinion. Shin and Lou share one. Shin has never gotten his own. Honestly, I'm coming to terms with the fact that Lou is probably never going to get her own volume cover unless she does anything again in the story. He'll get the last volume. Crazy. Volume 8 over everything. Yeah, Akira does have a good volume cover too. Siba's volume cover is good. Siba's volume cover is really good too. Funny how after volume 3, Suzuki decided to lock in. Yeah, he found his motion. That's really what it is. He found his motion. Sometimes as a beginning manga artist, you got to find your vibe for your manga covers, but once you find it, it's beautiful. All right, y'all. As per usual. Wait, hold on 1 second. Just get that sent over and we'll read. Let's go. Again, this is not a market substitute. If you want to read along, please support the official release. You know, go support it on Viz Media, go support it on Manga Plus, Shonen Jump app. All these amazing apps and ways that you can support the official release. But most importantly, we were just talking about the volume covers. Go buy some physical manga. That's the best way to support the authors. These guys put in a lot of work. But anyway, again, so please read along. This is not an official release. That's why we got Somura's Blind Owl blocking the pages. And this is a reaction review and for commentary purposes. Let's get into it, guys. I saw a lot of people that were upset that Shin is fighting Uzuki here and they think Shin's got plot armor. I don't think so. Shin literally just had a whole arc dedicated to his glow up, and I don't even think he swung once against Uzuki. Uzuki's basically just been mollywopping him the entire time, and Shin's just struggling to stay alive. So I'm okay with it personally. I know some people don't like it, but you know, you're free to have your opinion. But you know, Shin was more escaping. Exactly. Shin was more like, I gotta get the fuck out of here because this guy's a problem. Hopefully, you know what it is. You know what it is. I think people take Uzuki becoming Takamura here as like, oh my god, like. Uzuki wasn't even able to beat Shin on his own. He needed Takamura to beat Shin, which is just not the case. It's classic aura brain rot, which is just, you know, pervades the entire, you know, anime and manga community. Like it's just brain rot, because Uzuki didn't transform into Takamura because he couldn't beat Shin. Uzuki transformed into Takamura because of the bloodlust of the shark. Takamura is like a time bomb that is almost always potentially going off. That's the idea. So like, it's not like Takamura didn't come out because, oh my god, Shin was able to fight Uzuki and he needed Takamura. Like, it was more like Shin was struggling and escaping and surviving and barely surviving with his life, and also at the same time Shin couldn't fight. You know, Shin also had to worry about setting off Takamura, and now Takamura is set off against his will. And now he has no chance in hell of surviving. I don't know how long I can last against Mr. Takamura. Probably not at all. But I have no choice. If I can just slow him down a little bit. Damn, he just cut the pillar like 3 times in one motion. Who's my favorite character? It used to be Gaku. I think Gaku is dead. Kumanomi's high up there. I should do a Sakamoto Days tier list soon, right? I should do a Sakamoto Days tier list soon. Gaku, Osaragi might be my favorite character. Osaragi might be my favorite character. I love Osaragi. Osaragi, Shishiba, there's so many good characters. Nagumo, there's so many good characters in this manga. Even looking into the future, I can barely track his movements. I can't believe Nagumo and Mr. Sakamoto fought this beast without ESP. If I lose focus for a split second, it's instant death. He almost lost a fucking ear. My ear, it's still there. Tex, he's gonna slaughter me. Gotta retreat for now. I just need to get away. Oh, I'm in the seal tank. Is he a caretaker? Oh no, is he gonna fucking mollywop the kids? Damn, the kids got out of the way just in the right moment. Yeah, Shin literally almost got the Gaku treatment. Hey now, you made my kid cry. Yikes. Yep, just send out that bloodlust. Can't have Takamura dicing and slicing the innocent. That's a cold panel though. He said, hey, your enemy's over here. Feel my bloodlust. Isn't it interesting that like bloodlust is just something that these motherfuckers can turn on and off? What the hell? Huh? Who are you? But I was just trying to support you. Master X talking while his head is cut off is crazy. No, Kato! We came here to help because we heard you were fighting. He's reacting to their bloodlust. Keep away unless you want to die. You're gonna get it, you punk. Did he just golf that head through my fucking man's stomach? Unfucking believable, bro. He just fucking golf putt this guy's motherfucking head through him. Oh my god, bro. Run, everyone! What now? Do I try hijacking his thoughts to stop him? Would it even work on a monster like him? If I fail, it's all over. Even if I froze him for a split second, I'd never be able to finish him off alone. The fucking, the cut off shin head next to the other guy. If I even just had some support, I hope they're okay. I can't wimp out now. I've got to think of something. Huh? What? The fuck? Is he tossing them all into the fucking shark tank? What's going on? All the cooked bodies? Oh my god, bro. That didn't take long. Damn, he literally filled the entire place with blood. That's wild. Damn, now, bro is just casually farming aura like it's nothing. Maximum aura. Keep your cool. Freeze him with ESP. But if Mr. Takamura senses bloodlust from me, if his sword moves faster than my ESP, I'm dead. Eek. Bystanders who didn't get out? It's okay. I've got to delay him, at least until Mr. Sakamoto shows up. I've got to create a brief opening, strike with everything I've got. Freeze! Nah. Ain't no way. Did bro just get fucking Gojo'd in chapter 225? I've seen this cliffhanger before. Damn, he moved even faster than his fucking ESP did. Yeah, his whole fucking chat box got fucking cut in half. Whew. Whew. That is tough. Everybody hit that like button if you want Shin to survive. Hit that like, we're gonna do a poll right now. There's no way Shin's cooked, right? There's no way Shin's dead. There's no way he's dead. All the female Shins are gonna cry if he dies. No. Not the Shin fans. The Shin fan club. It just was getting put together. I doubt he's dying, though. There's no way, bro. You built this man up, and then he died. I mean, I don't know, man. Patch face on rollerblades. I am dead, bro. Kashima gets no respect around here, bro. No respect around here. Get no respect around here, huh? Kashima, they roasted, cooked, broiled, and fucking threw him at the frying pan, bro. Ain't no way Kashima's getting referred to as patch face on rollerblades. Yeah, maybe Shin is just seeing the future. Maybe we can only hope. Or maybe Kindaka or someone does show up in that right moment. Imagine this is where Sakamoto wakes up. This is where Sakamoto's like, I gotta be here for you, Shin. Seeing you fight. Seeing you fight has made me realize. Standing here, I realize. You were the main character all along. It was you, Shin. Shishiba coming in clutch. Ayo. Yeah, this is not looking good for him, though. Bro literally just got, I mean, I don't know. Bro looks like he's about to unlock reverse curse technique right here. Well, we got to see what happens. We got to see what happens. Would be kind of interesting if he died. That's what I'm kind of. Am I the only one that thinks that? Am I the only one that would be kind of not upset and would be interested to see where Suzuki would take the story if Shin died here? Like, Shin dying is what Sakamoto needs to pick himself back up. That would that be crazy? Yes. Would people complain forever that Shin was a wasted character? Yes. Would, in my opinion, it still be a bold as fuck and risky writing decision that I would love to see where it went? Yes. 100 times yes. That would be so out there. I would be so willing to dive right in if this is actually where Shin died here. A major death is needed, but it's all about how his legacy got continued. Exactly. It 110%. Like, I think people would complain if Shin died here, but at the same time, I would love to see where the story went if Shin did die here. I mean, it's the same thing that people used to yell at me for when we were at the end towards Jujutsu Kaisen, and I always like, I would love if this character did die here. Like, if fucking, you know, if you know, like, if Megami died, that would that be crazy? Yes. Would I just love to see where Gege would have taken that storyline? Yes, 110%. I mean, like, the thing is something that I've learned as I've aged over time, and that makes me feel like an unk, that makes me feel old, but it is something that I've seen over time, and what it is I feel like a lot of people want a series to go on a certain path, right? Like, they have full expectations and full theorization and foreshadowing for how they think a series is going to go, and if that series doesn't go on that railroad perfectly, then it's bad writing and it's upset. I mean, not if you haven't seen any of these series, you might not know, but I've seen it happen with Arcane. I've seen it happen with the new Devil May Cry series. I've seen it happen with so many new things where what it is people want what they want, and they're not willing to let an author just cook and see where things go. Attack on Titan is another perfect example. While I think Attack on Titan, I can understand people's criticism, like, that is a very controversial end. But again, what it is people aren't willing to just accept what the writer is willing to cook. Like, I think Devil May Cry, Netflix is the perfect example of this. Devil May Cry fans were very mad about how Dante was, and the power scaling, Dante should be destroying all of these enemies and characters, and you know, the Dante gets downplayed and Dante looks like a loser, and it's like, dude, like, I mean, like, no offense, but this is a Netflix series, someone else's thing, and they're trying to build Dante from the ground up. They're trying to give Dante, you know, actual villains. Like, would you really enjoy an 8-episode series of Dante just no diffing every single problem that he comes across and there being no stakes? Or it's like, look, do I agree with you that this isn't the regular official original Devil May Cry Dante? 100%. Am I still willing to say, okay, this is going to be different, but let me see what you're willing to come up with? 110%. People are so you know, people are so afraid to just let shit happen. Just accept what's going on and see where things go. You know, Solo Leveling fans, see, I guess, but the thing is I love Solo Leveling. That's what I also don't like the whole, like, Solo Leveling is just fucking is just fast people moving with pictures. Solo Leveling has no story and character, and therefore it is terrible. You know what? Sometimes I can just enjoy something that is a pure and ridiculous power fantasy. I don't care what anybody says. I love Solo Leveling. Is there not a single bit of... Is there no other character besides Sung Jin Woo that gets pure development? Pretty much. There are some side characters here or there. Are they mostly just background noise? Is every single challenge in the story just Sung Jin Woo absolutely obliterating them? Yeah. And do I think he's aura farming, and do I think it's super cool to watch Sung Jin Woo beat the shit out of everything he goes up against? I also enjoy that. You know, I think there are different things serve different purposes completely and wholeheartedly. Some stories are meant to be very deep, very layered, and very, you know, philosophical. They make you question and challenge yourself. And some series, it's just fun to watch a motherfucker beat the hell out of other motherfuckers, you know? Sometimes you can just enjoy something because a character is charming, fun to watch on screen, and is just an enjoyable read through or watch. And you can also at the same time enjoy characters because they have deep backstories. They have very relatable and just in-depth characters, and you can just peel the layers away, and they make you question yourself and reality and existence. Both can be good. Both can be good, in my honest opinion. And I think if you shut yourself off from one of them, you're missing a whole demographic of beauty. People hated on Solo Leveling because they acted like it was truly the best anime in the last 10 years. I mean, I guess. I definitely, I've seen so many people. I saw a video the other day. It was like Solo Leveling was an industry plant. I was like, what even is that? What do you even mean by that? Because it won Anime of the Year. Like, yeah. You could, again, argue with what you want. Like, sure, Solo Leveling doesn't have a story like Freerun had a story, or doesn't have a story like, you know, other manga and anime did. But did it have motion every single week it came out? Did people love it? Was it all people were talking about for while it was out? Yes. So I think that qualifies. But again, let's not get tumbled down in the weeds here. I do want to go ahead and do a full review of the Sakamoto Days chapter. So just as before, same as always, if you do reach out to me by chat, if you don't know or do anything, I may miss it. I do completely apologize entirely. How is it an industry plant when it's made in Korea? Thank you. We're just using words at this point, right? We're just throwing words around that sound good at that point, because industry plant, like, that's not what that word is used for. You're saying it's the same thing when people say character assassination, bad writing, or whatever. It's like, it's not character assassination just because a character did something that you didn't like. It goes with the don't get me stun locked. Let me review the Sakamoto Days chapter. Yeah, so if I miss chat or anything, just know that I love you. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and I will get to chat as soon as I can. And let me review Sakamoto Days 215. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. Shin has earned his just desserts here. After having an entire solo arc dedicated to Shin going through the prison, Shin being able to outsmart a character like Joe Shackles, this sub-order level member assassin. You also have Shin being able to use his ESP, the full potential of it, to even conquer and beat Tenkyu, a character in Slur's group that might have been one of the strongest characters in his group. So strong and so wildcard that he couldn't even partake in Slur's group because theoretically, a lot of people theorize that Rion Akal was the one that sent Tenkyu away, not Uzuki specifically. But the very fact that Tenkyu was one of the only Alkmaar orphans to successfully become what Alkmaar sought out to do proves that Tenkyu was no joke. Shin was not only able to beat him, but Shin, over the course of the series, has strived for a moment like this, where Sakamoto is down on his luck and unable to protect the people he cares about. He's unable to help the country that he lives in when it needs him most. Shin, his sidekick, the person that has been by Sakamoto's side since day one, has finally earned his chance to step up and replace Sakamoto's shoes, even if it's only temporary. And personally, I think Shin's struggle against Uzuki here is fitting, earned, and justified at this point in the story. 215 chapters later, we have a Shin that, while Shin realistically stands no chance against a threat like Uzuki, even not including Takamura here, Uzuki was literally overwhelming Shin at a point where Shin was forced to keep his bloodlust down and was on the back foot the entire time. The only thing Shin really did that was impressive was survive, and that is exactly what Shin continues to do in this chapter, which is even more astounding considering Shin is doing this now against Takamura Uzuki, the soul of Takamura, one of the strongest characters, if not the strongest character, that even Nagumo, Peak Sakamoto, and Uzuki weren't able to stand against. Shin realizes that he is cooked here. That's why Shin was doing everything he could to not show any bloodlust to Uzuki in their previous scuffle. However, now that the Sharks were willing to do it, it isn't saying that Uzuki couldn't kill Shin without Takamura, right? Shin was most likely going to get cooked by Uzuki if that shark didn't show up. However, now that Takamura is present, it gives Shin an advantage in one area while giving him a disadvantage in almost every other area. While Shin is going to be having no chance in hell of standing up against Takamura, to the point that every small little movement and action that they do is almost instant death for him. However, now that Takamura, who just fights off of bloodlust, fights off of sensing bloodlust, he's not going to take down any kind of innocent. He's going to take down whoever is throwing anger or emotion his way, which plays into Shin's advantage, because if it was just Shin, he was the only target, he definitely would have a sword through his chest in no time. However, people getting mad at Takamura because Takamura made their kids cry. Assassins showing up to help Master X because they don't realize that Takamura has taken over him yet, and showing their bloodlust to Shin act as perfect decoys for Shin to survive. Because again, no matter what you want to say about the power scaling in this series, whether you agree that Shin should be able to fight Uzuki at this point or not, even in the last portion, Shin is on the complete back foot and is only surviving because of these Deus Ex Machinas that keep appearing every step of the way. If it wasn't for the kids, if it wasn't for these assassin decoys and the NPCs, Shin literally would be a disembodied head right now, just like all of the other people. Considering that Takamura is quite literally taking his sword like a golf club and just full on Tiger Woods putting and foring heads through people, by the way, not as a donut, but cutting people in half with other heads. If you can't see the power difference here, I mean, sheesh. Again, I think it is commendable that Shin is able to survive even this chapter alone. And you even have Shin by the end of it wishing and hoping that someone comes to help him, because he knows he is out of his depth. He knows he has no chance in hell of surviving this encounter any longer than he already has. He is moments away from becoming one of the corpses that is littering this whole entire aquarium, because Shin is only able to escape for 5 to 10 seconds before Takamura Uzuki literally slaughters every single assassin in the building. And in no time, a sea of blood emerges, and Takamura breaks through the sea of blood to then just start slaughtering everybody in his wake. Which, now that Shin is the only person left, Shin has nowhere to hide, and that target is going to be directly Shin. With Kendaka, Heisuke, all of the people that went to go help Shin before knocked out from the giant jet plane crash, there really isn't anyone that is able to come save Shin in this moment. Even so, Shin prays that Sakamoto is going to be here. That could be pure delusion. If anything, if anybody that didn't think Shin deserved to be having this moment is reading this, Shin calling for Sakamoto here is honestly a character regression. It shows how much panic that Shin is feeling and how much he knows he has no chance in surviving this split-second moment here. Shin knows Sakamoto, who is literally traumatized beyond belief and cannot fight, is his only chance of surviving this encounter. Because with the cliffhanger showing Shin putting all of his effort into his ESP and speeding it as fast as possible to get to Uzuki's mind was still too slow. Uzuki Takamura was able to move and slash his blade so fast, Shin couldn't even complete the word freeze before his neck was cut. And in a reminiscent cliffhanger to Jujutsu Kaisen, a great reference here, we are left to wonder, is this the end of Shin Asakura? I know a lot of people have been questioning that Sakamoto Days has low stakes. It feels like everyone is going to survive, not everyone is going to die. And it makes me wonder, what and where would the story go if Shin died here? Is Shin's sacrifice enough to put Sakamoto in his place and make him realize that he needs to step up and get out of this PTSD trigger that he's in currently? Is the death of Shin Shin giving his all to pick up the slack for Sakamoto, this person that has stayed by his side for the last 200 chapters and now was forced to do what Sakamoto should have been doing all along. It should be Sakamoto fighting Uzuki here. Yet, Shin needed to pick up the slack. Is that guilt enough to pull Sakamoto out of the depths? I personally would love to see where that story goes. Now, obviously, this is Shin here, the deuteragonist of the entire series. Shin just spent an entire arc developing himself and growing to become powerful enough to stand by Sakamoto's side, to be able to do what he did before by eliminating almost all of the guns and collaborating with Shiba unknowingly to thwart Uzuki's plan. Is that enough of a payoff that Shin can rest after this? Or will people call that a wasted character arc if Shin dies here? I personally don't know, and I'd be excited to hear what you guys think, because again, there's people on two sides of the fence. There's people that think Shin is right now getting too much plot armor and is being carried by the story to be able to be even facing a character like Uzuki right now. But there's also people like me that think Shin is fully earned and has developed into his own character, and this is fully justified. Where do those two parties meet if Shin dies? Where do those two parties meet if Shin lives here? Does that prove Sakamoto has no stakes? Does that prove that Sakamoto is always going to come and protect Shin, and is that a regression of his character when Shin has done enough to stand up on his own? Honestly, wherever it goes, I'm excited to see where Yuto Suzuki takes us, because whatever anybody says, I've been loving Sakamoto Days, and this chapter was just another, great chapter in my eyes, and I am more than happy to know that Suzuki is putting in his whole entire bussy to these chapters. So, generally speaking, I'm excited to see where we go next chapter, whether Shin lives or dies. And if you guys are too, know I'll be here every chapter covering the series with you. So hit that like button if you enjoyed the content, and hit the subscribe button because the YouTube algorithm loves that, and it makes sure that you won't miss any future Sakamoto Days videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace, peace. Oh my God, I hit the mic. That's probably loud as hell at the end. I'm sorry. What a way to end it. I'm so sorry. Wow. Peace. Embarrassing. You'd think I was some kind of professional fucking content creator or something. Disgusting. Someone get me. Did I break my mic? I did a little bit, kind of. We're good now. Don't worry, we're good. Whew. Embarrassing. I should be I'm trying, guys. I'm getting better every day. Getting better every day here. All right. We read both chapters. I loved that chapter. I genuinely did love that chapter. I just realized it's Takamura who's slashing his neck, which means he can live if reattached fast enough. That is such a good that's such good thinking. Gold star of the day. I'm telling you, gold star of the day. That's such a beautiful sentiment and smart thinking right there. Fucking 5 head over here. Let's go. Smart as hell. Out of 39 votes, is Shin cooked? 59% say no, 41% say yes, which is crazy to me. That we are actually, well, that's pretty divided. That's pretty damn divided, if I say so myself. Pretty damn divided. Listen, like I said, I'm down to see where the story goes no matter what happens. Whether Shin survives or dies, I'm ready to see what Takamura be cooking. I am more than ready to see what Takamura is cooking. Which chapter was bigger this week? I gotta give it to Kagurabachi. I gotta give it to Kagurabachi. It's close. It's very close. Sakamoto Days was good for me. Sakamoto Days was really good for me. But I think personally, Kagurabachi having a Ruha come back, I think that's big time. Having a Ruha come back is huge. And I'm excited to see where that goes. I'm excited to see where either story goes, to be completely honest with you. It's actually genuinely crazy to me that both stories cooked so hard. To me. I think what annoys me with manga fans is people always say Shonen Jump is dying, but there are other series that are so good and hidden. You know what it really is? Is there isn't that big hit series right now. So you have to remember, people that are saying that are coming off of the My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, Black Clover, like on top of that having, you know, One Piece on top of that, Sakamoto Days, you know, like these smaller series, Sakamoto Days, you know, Odor of the Flame, stuff like that, like Chainsaw Man, Dandadan, like those are niche series, unfortunately. Chainsaw Man, despite having big numbers, is not a mainstream popular series. It's niche, it's zany, it's wacky. It does not fit the shonen mold that does well in the West, right? It does not meet that mark, even though it should. Chainsaw Man's popular. I'm not saying it doesn't, but Chainsaw Man doesn't have that sauce. Same with Dandadan. Dandadan is too zany. Dandadan doesn't have that classic big three shonen sauce. It just doesn't. Dandadan is great story. Personally, I prefer stories like Dandadan and Chainsaw Man to the classic shonen, you know, tropes. But you know, I love when authors aren't, you know, bogged down by what will be popular. I love that. But to be completely honest with you, if you want my honest opinion, the only series right now in Shonen Jump that has that sauce is Kagurabachi, and Kagurabachi hasn't had that big moment yet. What you guys will see, and I'm telling you right now, you guys will see it. It happened with Jujutsu Kaisen. When Kagurabachi does get a first season of the anime, Kagurabachi will be that dog. Kagurabachi will be the new big top dog in town. It will be. It's undeniable. Kagurabachi does have that shonen sauce. Being completely honest with you, you can already see it by how much people love the manga. You got people on the Kagurabachi subreddit doing pure white EI style and trying to recreate pure white EI style. You know what people did with like the series like Naruto and Bleach? They did the hand signs, right? You saw that shit everywhere. People trying to do the hand sign shit. People learning all the different hand signs and everything. Like it has the ingredients. It's what without being, you know, mean, it has what 13-year-old fucking Western children, 13-year-old boys fucking love about manga. It's got aura moments. It's got fucking dope fucking, it's got a teenage aged character. It's got the classic shonen sauce, but still feels grim and serious. Exactly. And to follow Jujutsu Kaisen, we know Western audiences love that grim and more serious, darker tone. So Kagurabachi will be next up. When Kagurabachi gets an anime, it will be big time. Manga is big, but manga isn't huge in the West. It's just not. Once that anime kicks in and people watch the anime, and then people watch the anime of Kagurabachi and then get into Kagurabachi, read the manga, it will have an explosion. It will have an explosion like Jujutsu Kaisen did. Gaki Akuta potentially. I don't know about Gaki Akuta. It might. I don't think Gaki Akuta. I haven't read Gaki Akuta. I need to read Gaki Akuta. But I just don't know if it's got. I don't know. I can't speak for it. I haven't read it. I can't speak for it. as much as I would love to believe that Sakamoto Days would be able to reach a bigger audience with Core 2, it definitely will. Core 2 has great moments that will, like the death row prisoner fights, you know, Nagumo fighting, Osaragi fighting. Those will be big moments for the series. You also have Sakamoto versus Apart, the JAA invasion with Gaku. It will be big. The issue with Sakamoto Days, and why Sakamoto Days will most likely always be niche, is because Sakamoto Days doesn't have has an older main character, and that's an undeniable thing. As much as I'm not saying Sakamoto Days won't be big, it will get big. It will get bigger with Core 2, but in the West, people relate so much more to characters that are their age, that are their demographic, like Naruto, Ichigo. Like, you can have an older protagonist, but they're less likely to hit with that younger audience if they're older. Similar with Kaiju number 8, exactly. Similar with Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8 is an awesome fucking series, but it doesn't have that mainstream appeal despite being good because it has that older protagonist. Old heads eat good with those series, trust me. Like, people like you and me, you know, like older heads, like, you know, I don't know how old you guys are, but like, I fuck with Sakamoto Days, I fuck with Kaiju number 8. I don't mind, I don't care how old the fucking main character is. Maybe Shin could help with that, maybe, but even Shin's a 21-year-old, right? I'm not saying that younger kids can't fuck with the series. I'm just saying they're less likely to fuck with it, right? Like, 14-year-olds going to Comic-Con. Who's he gonna wanna cosplay as? Sakamoto or Chihiro? 9 times out of 10, that they're gonna wanna cosplay as Chihiro. Sakamoto Days does have peak character design. Listen, I could be completely off base. I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong. Right? But it's just what it's just what I've noticed. It's just what I've noticed over time. But I do think Kagurabachi got that sauce. I do think Kagurabachi got that sauce to be big. Once it gets an anime, it's popping off. Without doubt. It's popping off without doubt. Gaki Akuta, I need to read. Yeah, Gaki Akuta fits your style of manga. Yeah, I probably will. I need to read Gaki Akuta. I gotta give it a chance. I gotta give it a shot. I gotta read Sensoria too. People fuck with Sensoria. I've been seeing Sensoria more on Reddit and more on social media with like how the story has been going. So I definitely should give that a read through. But I definitely recommend people read Odor of the Flame. Odor of the Flame is a great series. Bro, oh my god, hold on. Did you guys see Drama Queen sales are shit in the bed, bro? The first volume of Drama Queen has reportedly sold over 1 queen million copies. I was gonna say, is this a meme? Damn, ranked 67. I saw a tweet. Modern audience is desperate to stop new manga, Drama Queen. They did not sell 100 million copies. They did not. I promise you they did not. They didn't. They sold less than 5,000. I gotta find the tweet that I found this on. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Yeah, apparently Drama Queen, despite having 700,000 manga plus views on its first chapter, sold less than 2,000 copies in Volume 2's first week, which adds up to selling less than 5,000 copies across 2 volumes. Just to give you an idea, within 3 days of release, Kagurabachi sold 12,000 copies. And since then, it has exceeded 1 million in circulation. What were your thoughts on it anyways? Cringe manga, honestly. Cringe manga. Listen, the thing is, and it's funny to me, because when I made my video on it, everyone was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, did it hurt your feelings? Did it hurt your fifis? You can't handle this great, delicate sensibilities of this manga? Like, no. That's not the problem. If Drama Queen really genuinely was, like, an interesting take on, you know, like, interesting take on xenophobia, an interesting take on a character that is so fucking xenophobic that they think like the people that saved their world are like terrible like people, and like it had something interesting to say besides the alien immigrants all suck as people and they're all terrible and the main characters are justified in killing them, it's just like there's no secret sauce there, right? Like there's no interesting dynamic there. There's no fun, oh my god, well there's another layer to this where I want to see what happens. No, it literally is just 2 weird ass characters that think they know more than the entire world around them because the immigrants are taking over their country and the world would be better off without these immigrants. It was too certain. Yeah, there's nothing interesting to be said here. It quite literally is like I gave it 5-6 chapters and I'm like, okay, and then they introduced like they got caught instantly. I'm like, okay, they get caught instantly, here's an interesting one, and then they get caught and the guy's like, yeah, you know, actually, and you know, actually there's a bunch of other people just like you that also hate aliens, but they're afraid to talk about it, so they need to secretly contract people to kill aliens because they don't want to be canceled. It's like, okay. And then I mentioned that and I'm like, guys, there's no interest. It literally is just there's no layers. It is what we're reading is what we're getting. There's no like twist or character study or like it's gonna change and oh my god, it's gonna be something different than we think. There's actually something, this mangaka has something to say actually. Nope, it does not. And what would people say? They'd be like, oh, you know, there was a bad human too. The human was bad. I don't care. Just stop. Just stop. If the manga was interesting and had something to say, I would read it. I don't give a fuck if it's about xenophobia or if it's about racism or if it's about fucking whatever. If you're telling a good story, I'll fucking read it and I'll get over it personally. I know some people can't. I don't fucking care. Like, I don't. Am I a progressive person? Yes. Are you gonna hurt my fifis because I'm reading a story about racism? No, I don't fucking care. I'm a grown fucking adult, and I've lived through people calling me the N-word. Like, I can read a story that might have something offensive in it, as long as it's an interesting fucking story to read, bro. Give me something to chew on. Give me something fun to read. Give me something interesting. Say something good. Like, besides just, what you read is what you get, and that's my issue with it. That's really the problem. Like, again, if Drama Queen was fun and interesting to read, I would be reading it, and you would see me in the trenches saying, hey, no, it's not xenophobic. Hey, no, it's not racist. Fucking open up your delicate sensibilities and give this manga a try. I would be shouting from the rooftops. But that is not the case. It's just not the case. Trust me, it's just not. It's just not. So yeah, that's really what it is. Give it a try. Read it. I'm not telling you not to fucking read it. Read one chapter. That's all you'll need. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about in one chapter. And if you do enjoy it past that, good for you. It's just not for me. That's really what it is. You know, and I'm not saying that if you read it and you like it, you are racist or you are xenophobic and you appreciate that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm saying if you read that. But the people that do like this manga, there are some of those in there, that's for sure. Not saying you are, but you know, the people that are that way definitely enjoy this manga. Odor of the Flames, I recommend it. Odor of the Flames, I know someone asked me what that was about. Odor of the Flames is about Vikings and Norse mythology and shit. It is generally really fun. It's only got 4 chapters right now, so I can't really speak too much about it, but it basically is about a cook who goes off to join, you know, the Viking battle. There's a war going on between ice and fire, and the cook ends up awakening a fire spirit that ends up giving him the power to, you know, fight. It has, like I said, I enjoyed Hunter's Guild Red Hood, which was Yuki Kawaguchi's first series that got axed in like 20 chapters. I thought Hunter's Guild Red Hood genuinely could have had a good run, and it got axed too early, unfortunately. So I'm excited to see his new series, and his new series seems to be picking up, you know, but people need to buy it. People need to buy the volumes. That's really what it is. Manga plus views don't mean shit. Again, you could look at Drama Queen's Manga plus views, 130,000. How many sales did its first manga do? Less than 2 of its first volumes do. Less than 5,000 volumes. Manga plus views do not equal success, unfortunately. They don't. Is Ultimate Exorcist good? I haven't heard much about that. I mean, what is that at? Almost like 100 chapters now? It's got to be doing something right if it's got 100 chapters out and it didn't get axed. Someone's got to be appreciating that manga. I don't know. That being said, me, you, and Roboko also had like a 200, 300 chapter run. So, you know, so there's something out there for everybody. We'll put it that way, you know? We'll put it that way. Yeah, guys, what a shonen Sunday. What a shonen Sunday indeed. I'll tell you what, when I'm done with this, I need some gamer subs because I'm already getting tired again. I'm already getting tired. It's about close to that 3 p.m. timing, boys. I'm telling you, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., I start going down. But yeah, guys, I think we're gonna go ahead. We'll probably call the stream because we read all the chapters. We yapped and reviewed about all the good old chapters. Unless any of you guys got anything left to you know, to bring up to the council, I think we're gonna call it, guys. Again, don't forget, if you want to try GamerSups, it's literally, they'll send you free samples. They'll literally send you free samples. If you just want to try it, just try it. Use my code. Try it for the free samples. Use my code. Try that JoJo fruit flavor. 10% off your order. 10% off is no joke. And yeah, guys, I genuinely do appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out with me and reading these chapters with me. It's always a pleasure. It's always fun. I love you guys. I'm sending you that spirit bomb energy. Just know that all of that energy is going to you. So if you feel like you're down on your luck, you feel like you got no one in your corner, I'm in your corner. Feel free to join the Reddit. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on all socials. All of the socials and everything is available on the channel. I will be streaming tomorrow. We'll be doing Somura Seiichi Gauntlet. How many grade 1 sorcerers can Somura Seiichi defeat? So that will be fun and exciting to go through. So definitely look out for that tomorrow night. For members, we are reading through Tokyo Ghoul Re on Wednesday still. We are getting through that 24th Ward raid. I think we're going to finish the 24th Ward raid and get into the final arc of the series. That is coming to an end soon. I'm excited for that. And then on Friday, as per usual, we'll have some fun day Friday. I'm not sure what we'll do on Friday, but we will figure it out. I've got plenty of ideas. Just got to, you know, decide which one is the best one. But yeah, guys, I love and appreciate every single one of you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Always a pleasure. Hit that like button if you haven't already. It really helps the stream way more than you know. Thank you to GamerSups for, you know, sponsoring the stream. Go get your 10%. Use code NOOP when you order. Use the code, damn it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.